Well, it was 1996, and I was starting my first job. I was 17 years old, going to work at a clothing store in a mall here in the city that I live in. 1996. Okay, that's now 30 years ago. And back then, we had payphones. Okay, we didn't have smartphones. And really, cell phones had just kind of started coming out to the public. And I was 17 and I was now driving, and my father wanted to make sure, I guess as a parent, that I would be safe and be able to contact anybody at any time. So he ended up getting me, and I don't have it now, but the old Motorola, the big brick phones, the gray ones, where you flip out the bottom and you extend the antenna. I probably weighed 2 pounds. He got me one of those. I had one of those. So I guess I could say that I was probably one of the first people in the circle of people that I knew that had a cell phone. Okay. Well, as technology goes and things modify and change over time. Well, we went from basically car phones, brick phones, beepers, never had a beeper, to cell phones. And I remember one day I was working at the store. It was a clothing store for chicks, for girls. And this man comes in and he's wanting to buy something for his girlfriend, his wife. I can't remember. Like I said, it was 30 years ago. But I guess there was something that she liked, and he was there to purchase it for her, and he didn't know what to get, so he has her on the phone. He has her on the phone, and it's like this tiny little thing that I'd never seen before, and it was totally strange to me. Of course, I'm gonna help the customer out, but he had this tiny little phone up to his ear, and he hands me the phone to talk to her, and I want to bring out this phone that I still have. This is a Nokia bar phone. I think one of the best phones ever. But I'm going to bring it out for this demonstration. So he hands me the phone, and I swear on my memory, the phone was way smaller than this. But maybe not. Maybe it was just, the phone blowing my mind. But so he hands me the phone, and I'm like this, and then I'm like this, listening to what she's saying, and then telling her what she's, telling her what I think. I'm doing this. Doing this. I remember that. I remember that. What a strange thing. And the phone that I'm using now to record this video, it's 3 times the size of this Nokia. And I had this for a long time. This was the last phone that I had before I switched to a smartphone. And I remember people used to make fun of me because, you could still text on these. You just had to have patience to, you know, hit the buttons to get the letters that you wanted. But, you know, there was no surfing, there was no internet, there was no web or anything like that. You could text, you could call. It was a phone. Really, all that it needed to be. But now here I am on this computer, on this big screen, thinking about 30 years ago and what it used to be. It's a funny thing. It's a strange thing. It's interesting to see how quickly that we have changed in such a short amount of time. I mean, I'm seriously thinking about how can I reactivate this? Maybe I need to go back to this. There certainly is no slot for a SIM card. Nor should there be, but I've got the charger. You know. Of course the number's not connected, but a simpler time. Simpler times. And I'm for whatever reason thinking about that and laughing at myself and thinking about that moment when I was helping that man and he handed me that cell phone. And I just, you know, I didn't get it. I don't know if I get it now, but you know, I kind of miss those differences. I think that I only know one person that still has a flip phone. And they are well past my age. But I think the majority of people have smartphones, have a computer in their pocket. It's not just about emergencies or, you know, contacting somebody and times of distress. It's funny that my dad did that, even though there were payphones all over the place back then. But, you know, parents and you know, parents. So yeah, the old Nokia bar phone. Man, it's tough as nails. I think I'd be okay going back to that. No, what do you think? Back to simpler times? Once upon a time, we didn't have all this. We didn't have the Google Maps. We didn't have the Google. We didn't have the social media. But somehow we managed to live and make it and go on and be successful. Find our way around. Find information. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just being nostalgic here, but Anyway, an old memory from 30 years ago on my big ass smartphone, holding my little ass Nokia. At some point, it's got to be good enough. It's got to be enough. Later.